So in the last video, I showed you that you can create a little visual representation for a story problem involving equations in order to help you solve it. This time around, there are no visual representations for you. You don't have to figure out why they work. You have to create it yourself so that you can come up with the equation afterwards. So pause the video here so that you can try it, and then I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so let's look at this first problem. On this first problem, we have a total of 44 items. So we make a little bracket to represent that total, right? Now notice that you are splitting that in 4 bags. 4 equal bags is what the problem says. 1, 2, 3, 4. And each of those bags gets 3 pencils plus the stickers. So we don't know how many stickers, but we know it's the same in every single bag. So we're putting the stickers right now. And then I'm putting the pencils. He also puts 3 pencils per bag. So I'm putting that right now. Here it is. Oh, that looks like a multiplication sign. Let me try to erase that and fix it up. Okay, and then now we know that this could represent the problem. And then what I have to do is realize that what we really have here is 4 times x plus 3, all adding together to 44. So as you can see, creating a visual representation will help you solve the problem. Pause it before trying the next one so that you can see it if you can do it. Okay, so here we have 60 total balloons, right? So we have the bracket representing 60, and we're going to split these balloons between the 4 family members. But before we could do that, they already used up 24 of them. So there's a chunk of 24 balloons that is gone. And then they get the rest of it and split it into 4 people. And so now we have a visual representation for the problem. And you can very quickly realize that the equation we need to solve is 4x plus 24 equals 60. So see, creating a little diagram helps you solve the problem. Try it with the last one. Pause it before I try it. Okay, this is a little tricky one compared to the other ones. We have 28 bars left after he did what he did. But if you think about how many bars did it have originally, right, or how many bars were there in each box is where we have to figure it out. So we had 4 boxes of bars, 4 flavors, right? And then they have an X amount of bars inside of them. But we know that he took out 1 out of each one of them. And then you got 28 left, right? So how many boxes were there originally? You would just have to do this because he took 1 from each flavor. And so what is the expression that we need to do this time? Well, we have 4 sets of x minus 1 equals 28. And so if you do it this way, you have the equation you need to solve it. And once again, if you're interested in how to solve what are the actual solutions for these, I will do that. Pause the video and I will solve it for you, and then you can reveal it. But the point of this video is to show you that you can create a visual representation which can then in turn help you create the equation that you need to actually solve the problem. And pause it, try to solve it yourself now that you have the solutions just like you learned last week, and we'll see what it is. Okay, so here you have the solutions. The first one would be 8, because if you put 8 plus 3 makes 11, times 4 is 44, so it checks out. And you can solve that yourself, but you should get this answer at the end. And like here, 4 times 9 is 36, plus 24 is 60, so that 9 works. And again, you can solve that yourself. And then you should get this answer. And in here is 8, because 8 minus 1 is 7, times 4 is 28. So those 8 bars originally. And in each of these problems, the way to solve it is here you would have to start by dividing by 4 and then subtract 3 from both sides. On here, you would have to subtract 24 from both sides and then divide by 4. And on here, you divide by 4 on both sides and then add 1 to both sides. So if you solve it correctly, you should get these answers. But the point of this video was to show you once again that you can create a graphical representation to help you create an equation, which you can then solve using last week's skills. This is the end of the chapter, right? To do this, you need to be able to do everything else we learned so far.